All right, so I guess the best part, or the best way to start this would be to explain why I'm doing the video. So the purpose of the video is to acknowledge Jenny's school lunchbox, and it's because we've been 15 years of marriage coming up very shortly. So I wanted to do a video that was public because I wanted to acknowledge Jenny publicly because I'm literally just proud of her. And there was something that happened not long ago. I was in a school meeting with her and I could see that she was literally trying to get across, stuff about her lunchbox and the food that was going across. And why in that moment I slightly judged her. I didn't put her down or anything, but I didn't also back her up. So it made me think a little bit later on about that situation, and to probably understand that situation in depth, you need to know a little bit of backstory about why I analysed it so much. And half the reason I analysed that so much is because since 2006, I've been studying stuff like body language, behaviour profiling, how people speak, persuasion, all of these things. So I'll probably look at people and how they talk in a different manner to what other people do. And some of these people that I've been training with is like Chase Hughes, who is the #1 profiler in the world and teaches government agencies in the USA certain techniques. And then one of the other guys is James Tzaklos, who teaches a thing, spiral schematics. Basically, he wouldn't put it this way, but you can read people within a few seconds and get a good understanding of the values and stuff they have. And probably the reason I'm telling you all of this is because I saw something in Jenny, what she was doing, which a lot of us do, and that is we put on a face or we put on a mask and we're trying to present ourselves in a way so people look at us a certain way. And what probably made me upset the most about that was Jenny's way more than what her lunchbox is. So this is probably the main reason why I'm making a video. And the thing that you need to know, Jenny, is while it's so beautiful that you care about the kids with your lunchbox, and I promise you, you've told me this a million times and I've never acknowledged you, so I want to do that publicly. I appreciate it. But it's literally, and I told you this in the car not long ago at all, but it is your ability to give unconditional love. So what I like about you the most is that you have loved me for who I am unconditionally. And I've probably tested those boundaries many times, just simply because that's what I do. And I think sometimes also people don't feel like they deserve love and they try and test it, but you have loved me unconditionally, and it's not just me. So when I was in Sweden and we first met, I remember walking in, you were working at a customer service position, and I walked in and I said something in Swedish, but something along the lines of, how you doing, sort of thing. And your head was down and you just looked up, and before you were even looking up, you were smiling and happy to see whoever it was coming towards you. So I think you need to, more than your lunchbox, acknowledge how you make people feel. And you give something that from a, I suppose, core level everybody wants, and that is unconditional love. And not only do you give that to people, you also demonstrate it to our kids, which teaches them on how to do it. So that's what you have taught me, and that's what you're teaching our kids. So I appreciate you and thank you. So it's something actually we made up and we put on our wall in our kitchen, and it says "Tillsammans vi har allt," which is together we have everything. And one of the other things I've learned in the last 17 years is how important it is to do things together or with other people, because experiencing anything by yourself is no fun. Whether you see a shooting star or you go on a trip or whatever it is, there's things and moments in life that it doesn't matter not unless you share it with other people. And we've been blessed enough that we've been looking at this sign for so long now, and together we have it all, and we've been living that. It has been huge to me as a small family that together we have it all. But I think that next step for us, and this is why I also wanted to do a video and be accountable for some of the things I'm about to say, is that now I want to do together we can enjoy anything. To be able to do that with other people is a blessing. So one way I want to do the enjoyment is by putting on the mask and creating a ritual of where our dinners are going to be like your lunchbox from now on. Dinners for us is something that I know that you find important and we haven't been paying attention to. So from this video onwards, I'd like to plan and do our dinners, because if we're treating ourselves correctly, then we'll treat others correctly. What I appreciate the most is the way you look at me and the way you make me feel, and that is simply by loving me unconditionally. And I've told you this in the car not long ago, but I definitely want to make this public because I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of you for it. Because not only do you make me feel like that, you make our kids feel like that, and you make anybody who you come into contact feel like that. And you underestimate how powerful that is, because while everybody is running around and trying to have this public persona or put this mask on and looking for approval or significance or acceptance, or they're trying to be seen in a certain public way because that's what helped them when they were at a young age, because that's what they think love or connection is. What you give to people is absolute gold, and you don't get it. And I want to make sure that you understand how important it is, what you do. You got along with my dad, who passed away not too long ago, and you got along with him so well to the point that he bought you a cake, and he's never bought anybody a cake in his life. And when I saw him buy you a cake that day, I was like, holy shit, it's amazing that you did that. And the thing is again, you just accepted my dad for who he was, and you didn't judge him, and I'm 100% sure he appreciated that. It's also probably half relevant that we're coming up to 30 years since my mum passed away, and you didn't get to meet my mum, and that probably eats me a lot, and probably a lot more than I express, because I believe you two would have had a really good time together, and it would have been lovely for her to meet the kids. Jenny, you are a ridiculously beautiful person, and I love you so much. I just want you to be proud of yourself, because in this day and age where everyone gets lost in trying to impress people, and instead of acknowledging what you do already and who you are, and I think we all need to stop and acknowledge who we are. But this is to acknowledge you. I love you.